Hey, it's Derek from Ideal Body. In this video, I'm going to reveal the secret to a smaller waist. Let's get right into it. All right, so as you probably noticed, I'm here in my kitchen, and this is where the biggest secret is when it comes to getting a smaller waist. It's all about what you eat. Now, what I'm going to do in this video here today is share with you a secret fat melting morning recipe that you can have every single day to start burning more fat. Because the truth is, yes, I could tell you to completely overhaul your diet. I could tell you to start exercising more. I could tell you to do all these things, but it's going to be such a huge change that it's something that you're probably never going to stick with long term. This is something simple that you can make in a couple minutes every single morning. It's going to help you burn more fat, especially around your waist and stomach area. So you're going to start getting a naturally slimmer waist even if you never exercise. And the reason why I know this works so well is because my wife Carrie actually used this to drop over 30 pounds on the verge of turning 40. So earlier this year, we had our second child. So we have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old at home. And she was starting to feel not so great about her weight. She came to me, she's on the verge of turning 40 and she wanted to lose some weight. So I gave her this simple morning recipe. She started doing it every single day. And even though she was eating desserts and ice cream at night, she still lost over 30 pounds and now weighs 123 pounds, which is less than she weighed in high school 2 decades earlier. So this does work. It works super fast. So I'm gonna start writing down the ingredients here so you have it and you never lose it, so you can start using it every single day. So now this is based on a morning coffee recipe. So we got our coffee here. You can have any type of coffee that you like. Most black type of coffees are very good, very nutritious. They have a lot of antioxidants in them, so don't worry about drinking coffee. It is actually very healthy for you. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna replace your breakfast with this coffee. And the reason this works so well is because it's a take on intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting is basically fasting and skipping breakfast in the morning. And the reason why that works is because your insulin levels are super low, you don't have a lot of carbs or sugars in your body, so your body burns through all your sugar stores pretty easily, and then it starts burning your stored fat for energy as you go to work, as you play with your kids, as you watch TV, even as your body just naturally burns calories throughout the day, it starts pulling them for your fat stores. Now this is a little bit of a take on that because you're not strictly fasting because you are consuming the coffee with a few ingredients in it, but it's a way to get more healthier, high-fat foods into your diet while actually just drinking the coffee. So you don't have to make a huge meal. It's something very simple, and then your body's gonna naturally reprogram itself to start burning more fat, and you're not gonna be super hungry in the morning anymore. My wife, for example, she's not hungry for breakfast anymore. We eat breakfast maybe once every couple of weeks, and that's usually if we go out to eat breakfast with our kids. So she doesn't have the cravings for the toast or the bagels or the oatmeal or the cereal in the mornings anymore because her hormones have shifted now that she started drinking this morning recipe. So again, we got the coffee, and you're gonna brew the coffee and make just like 1 cup. You can have 1 or 2 cups. Anything over than that might be a little bit of overkill. And especially with you have a job, anything like that, you don't have a lot of time to sit around and drink coffee. You can just make a big cup and take it with you to work. Now, what works really well with this is adding something into the coffee. And we got a couple of different options. So what my wife currently uses is heavy whipping cream. So what you do is take about a tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon and a half, and dump that into the coffee, mix it up. It makes it taste very creamy, it makes it taste a lot better, and the healthy fats in the heavy whipping cream is what gives your body a little bit of something to run off of. So it gives you, those fat calories, so you're not extremely starving in the morning to kind of blunt your hunger a little bit, and it'll get you through till lunchtime. So she just adds in about a tablespoon of that. Where people kind of run into trouble is when they start dumping a lot in there because it is higher calories. So you don't want to dump, a cup in there because, you're going to be talking about 300-400 calories right there. So you want to just stick to a tablespoon. That's more than enough. So if you don't have heavy whipping cream or you don't want to use it, there's a couple other options we can use. So we can do grass-fed butter. So a tablespoon of butter, a little slab of butter, put that in there. Again, you're just getting healthy, high fats into your diet to help fill you up and help blunt your hunger because we're usually hungry in the morning, especially right after we wake up. So this will help kind of curb those cravings, and then you'll feel fine and you'll be ready to eat lunch later on in the day. So you can do butter. Another thing you can do is MCT oil or coconut oil. So we have MCT oil here. We also use coconut oil. Again, just stick with a tablespoon and it'll help the coffee taste better, and it'll actually give you, again, the healthier fats that is gonna help fill you up throughout the morning. Now, where people run into a problem with this is they kind of go overboard and they, add a half a stick of butter into their coffee, or they dump, half a bottle of MCT oil in there, or they, got, 5 tablespoons of coconut oil in there because they've been told how good healthy high-fat foods are, and then they kind of just go overboard with it. So you want to stick with a tablespoon for each one and just pick one. You don't have to do the coconut oil and the butter. Again, we're just going to get into overkill there. So just pick one. heavy whipping cream, coconut oil, or butter, or the MCT oil are your best options. Stir it in there and have that as your morning coffee. And again, you can have 1 or 2 cups. The fats in there are gonna, again, help keep you full throughout the morning. It's gonna help your body switch from running on carbs and sugars to running on your stored fat. And that's when you naturally start burning fat throughout the day. And the reason why it's so important to do this in the morning is you're basically creating a fat burning environment from the moment you wake up. So your body can either start storing fat or burning fat based on what you choose to do in the morning. If you choose to have a high carb breakfast of cereal or bagels or toast, your body's gonna release the hormones that's gonna have you store more fat throughout the day. And instead, you can do a fat burning recipe, which is something like this, where you're gonna start burning more fat throughout the day, even if you don't exercise. So again, we're going with the coffee, and we're picking either butter or heavy whipping cream or coconut oil or MCT oil. And with the heavy whipping cream, there's a lot of imposters out there. So don't do the creamer, don't do the half and half. A lot of those just have, added sugars into them. So just choose heavy whipping cream. There should be no sugar in there, and it should just be healthy fats in the ingredient label. So again, just pick one of those, start doing that every single day for your breakfast, and skip breakfast, and then eat your first full meal at lunchtime. You'll start getting a smaller waist faster than you ever thought possible. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button below. Leave a comment below and let me know anything you want me to cover in future videos. And go ahead and subscribe, because I'm shooting new videos every single week to help you burn more fat and lose more weight. And if you want my free gift on how to triple your fat burning overnight without exercise, click the link below. Let me know what your best email address is, and I'll send it over to you 100% free. Just my way of saying thank you for taking the time to watch this video.